is InfoHub In-Depth. Multi-million-dollar pumps installed in the main agricultural region, the reduction of the sugar industry dependence on the national coffers, Kitty roundabout completed, CJIA modernized, legislation passed to safeguard oil and gas sector, 8 wells completed in the Rupununi. 2018 was indeed a busy one for the coalition government. These are a few of the highlights of what the government was able to accomplish in just 12 months.
Dogs again, and no mailbox.
Don't let this happen to you.
I'm so happy that I get this mailbox. Now I get in all my mails. You know how much times GPL come and disconnect me life because I couldn't get my bill?
I will notice. Anyways, girl, the post office encouraging all residents to install a mailbox so they can improve their service to us.
Get your mailbox today and help the Guyana Post Office to serve you better.
Economic growth became more broad-based in 2018. Real gross domestic product grew by 3.4%, a significant improvement on the 2.1% recorded in 2017. Gaisuco surpassed its target for 2018 of 103,000 tons of sugar. While employees received year-end bonuses, ex-employees like Joseph Prasad received the remainder of their severance.
We put it at the bank. Well, by 10 half an next year, I get to go. I mean, I can go abroad.
Despite weather-related shocks, rice farmers were successfully able to meet their export market quotas in a timely and consistent manner, and the country was able to secure the lucrative Panamanian market with the inking of another supply contract for the period December 2018 through 2019. Still in agriculture, multi-million-dollar pumps were installed in the main flood-prone agricultural region. Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder speaking at the commissioning of one of the pumps in Buxton.
I cannot guarantee that with the installation of this pump station, flooding will be eliminated. That would simply not be true. However, with this pump station, your exposure to flooding during extreme events will be considerably reduced. The mere fact that you are beneficiaries of this project means that your population, infrastructure, and agricultural activities was classified as high risk and the area flood-prone on the east coast of Demerara.
Effort to reduce the effects of the climate on the local farmers also extended to Region 9. There, a technical cooperation between Guyana and Brazil realized 8 drought wells. Minister of Foreign Affairs expounds on the project that was a joint venture between the Guyana Defense Force and the 6th Construction Battalion of the Brazilian Armed Forces with support from other government agencies.
This is a continuous process. That is what I want to say. Don't assume that because you have some wells, everything is going to be fixed. First of all, you have to ensure that they continue to work and work well, that you take care of them. And also, we will have to continue to be doing other things to ensure that what we call now the technologies to reduce the effects of drought in Region 9 is an initiative that will bear fruit.
Keeping with wells, more than 10,000 residents received access to potable water for the first time in 2018. Managing Director of GWI, Dr. Richard Van West-Charles, said that among the communities to benefit were Mabaruma and Barabina, Zealot Phase 3, Providence Phase 3, Chinaweng, Paramakatoy, and Yurong Paru.
In some areas, we have some challenges because for years the network has been up and down in terms of the supply. It's much incrustation, so we are now using different methods to remove the incrustation from the pipes. So some people may find that a lot of iron is coming out. That is the result of our attempt now to clean the lines so that you have a better quality.
There was also major breakthrough for Guyana under the Norway Forest Agreement, with $27 billion now accessible. Impressed with the government's 2025 energy mix proposal, our deforestation rate of 0.05, one of the lowest, and the role President David Granger has been playing in championing sustainable development, Norway unlocked the $27 billion or $135 million US. Minister of State Joseph Harman noted that the monies will be used to transform not only the country, but the lives of every Guyanese in a practical way.
At the level of the ordinary man and woman in Guyana, we expect that there's going to be some direct impact. And this is one of the things, as I said, when we came into office, we criticized was that we did not see the trickling down of the effects of the agreement onto the lives of the ordinary people. And so this is really what is going to happen. We're going to make sure that that is done and that the money is not just spent on just capacity building at the high level, but it goes right down to the people, to the sustainable building, sustainable livelihoods.
Daddy!
In the oil and gas sector, ExxonMobil announced its 10th discovery offshore Guyana, increasing its estimate of the discovered recoverable resource for the Stabroek block to more than 5 billion oil-equivalent barrels. The successes of U.S. oil giant ExxonMobil in oil exploration here in Guyana has positioned the country to possibly surpass oil production in Mexico and Venezuela, with oil and gas analyst Wood Mackenzie predicting that Guyana could exceed the two oil-producing nations, putting the country on the path to becoming a Latin American powerhouse. The arrival of Exxon's Noble Bob Douglas drill ship in Guyana signaled the start of development of the Liza field, which will bring first oil for Guyana in March 2020. A second exploration vessel, the Noble Tom Madden, arrival signaled an acceleration of those explorations. The Department of Energy is drafting model production sharing agreements for future contracts in the oil and gas industry, Dr. Bino said.
We're designing a new model contract that will be used for future PSAs, as well as elaborating a model toolkit to allow for probabilistic scenario modeling of current and future PSA contracts.
Meanwhile, the Natural Resources Fund Green Paper was laid in the National Assembly for consideration. It presented a comprehensive framework that will guide a prudent management of future oil revenues for the benefit of current and future generations. The bill was later passed by the National Assembly. Guyanese were trained for jobs in the offshore oil and gas industry by Edison Chowes Offshore in collaboration with Eldorado Offshore and by Total Tech Academy. Mauricia James is among the women to graduate from the training program.
For me, it's putting your best foot forward and letting persons and people know that you're not just there because you want to be. You choose to do that because you love what you do.
A memorandum of understanding with Trinidad and Tobago and Canadian province of Newfoundland and Labrador were also signed that will benefit the oil and gas sector. An historic EU Forest Law Enforcement Governance and Trade Voluntary Partnership Agreement, VPA, was initialed by Minister of Natural Resource Raphael Trotman in November 2018. This VPA enables the forestry sector to continue to contribute to the national green economy while maintaining low deforestation rates.
We are pleased because the implementation of the agreement will assist greatly in our efforts to effectively manage our forestry resources and to promote legal, sustainable, and environmentally friendly exploitation of those resources. This is fully consistent with Guyana's quest to establish a green state and our 20-year Sustainable Development Plan as outlined in the Green State Development Strategy.
In 2018, the ministry also saw the first batch of 84 former sugar workers and young people from Berbice graduating from its InStep program, while another 26 young participants took part in the second Youth in Natural Resources apprenticeship program. Another area of success was the PAHO clearance of no mercury for the GGMC compound. The Guyana Gold Board also gets new mercury control equipment. Meanwhile, back in June 2018, First Bauxite Corporation, FBX, commenced construction of the Bonastica Bauxite Project under its subsidiary Guyana Industrial Minerals Incorporated. Production at Bonastica is scheduled to begin at the end of 2019, with some 250 persons to be employed. Turning to the security and judicial sector, the country recorded declining rates of suicides, homicides, among other crimes. During the 2019 national budget, Minister of Public Security and Vice President Kemraj Ramjatan dismissed rumors of high criminal activities within the country under the coalition government.
For the year 2012, we had 139 murders. 2013, we had 155. I don't know if the Ministry of Public Health now will have more the numbers, but this is 155. 2014, 149. 2015 is 149. It is also could be a crime too. 2016, 142. 2017, 115. And 2018 up to now, 93. Yes, it is declining. Just don't then give the impression to your base there that crime rates have skyrocketed. It has not.
The ministry also established the country's first ever children's court, an achievement hailed by Acting Chancellor Madam Justice Yonette Cummings Edwards.
Our system envisages the children will be separate from adults. It will ensure that they are subject to meaningful consequences proportionate to the offense and the circumstances, recognizing the juvenile's greater dependency and reduced level of maturity. And it also provides procedural protection to ensure that juveniles are treated fairly and humanely and that their rights are respected and protected.
The upgrade and rehabilitation of 19 police stations, construction of gender-inclusive accommodation at training facilities at Essequibo and Berbice were among the improvements during the year, as were the rehab of the prison system. Residents of the Upper Takatu, Upper Essequibo region are among those that now benefit from improved access to justice with the opening of a magisterial district court office and courts in their area. Speaking at the opening of the Rupununi Magisterial District Court office, President David Granger emphasized that access to justice is integral to equality.
Access to justice equally is a public good and must be available to everyone. Access to justice is a fundamental and a foundational principle of the rule of law. It is central to the democratic character of our state. It is an integral element of the principle of equality before the law.
The country also hosted the prestigious Caribbean Financial Action Task Force Judges and Prosecutors Conference on anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams delivering remarks at the opening.
This workshop, the first of its kind to be held in our region, seeks to provide a platform for gathering and sharing experiences, challenges, and best practices in investigating and prosecuting money laundering and terrorist financing, as well as depriving criminals of their proceeds.
Corruption training was held with leading security agencies, even as the Legal Affairs Ministry hosted countrywide corruption sensitization seminars. A total of 59,079 passports were issued for the year 2018 to 30 countries. Those in diaspora also were fortunate, receiving a total of 17,310. More than 294 nationals were scrutinized and received their citizenship. According to Minister of Citizenship Winston Felix, a large documentation of extension of stay in Guyana was a successful procedure.
Cubans, 225. Chinese, 175. Americans, 165. Indians, 120. Filipino, 70. Venezuelans, 75. British, 59. Dominican Republic, 45. Trinidadian, 30. Suriname, 15. A total of 979.
Meanwhile, 2 new immigration and passport offices were completed in Regions 6 and 10. Several outreach activities were conducted in Regions 8 and 9 to educate, sensitize, and process late registration. The exercise saw the processing of 1,188 late registration and 590 applications. Moving aside from immigration and birth registration, the Department of Citizenship joined with UNICEF and other international organizations to set up a multi-agency coordinating committee to assist with the large influx of Venezuelans at borders in Regions 1 and 7. In addition to the documentation and registration of a number of immigrants at the border, the ministry also aided the distribution of medical, food supplies, and accommodation. In 2018, the Ministry of Public Telecommunications continued its work in transforming Guyana into a digital age. Already, several hundred public educational institutions were provided with internet connectivity. Through the e-government network, secure and reliable internet access was provided to over 100 government ministries and agencies. Additionally, 79 public internet access points have been created. Minister of Public Telecommunications, Catherine Hughes.
We use more technology, because we believe that with the use of technology, you improve your deliverables, you are able to improve performance levels, you are able to communicate and connect people. So it's huge opportunities for information, for also educating people, and of course, entrepreneurial activities.
The Public Telecommunications Ministry continued its targeted interventions aimed at stimulating innovation, including coding and programming camps, robotics camps, Girls in ICT program, and hackathons. Several ICT hubs were established across the country to make accessing the internet easier for residents like Peter Elias of Sapphire.
Well, it will benefit them when they have any assignment, when they need to go and research anything on the internet, when they need to go on and learn about something that they don't know about on the internet, when they need to get any information that they have to do less writing. If they need to print anything in the future, they can come and get it done here.
For 2018, businesses in Guyana benefited from initiatives undertaken by the Ministry of Business. The Small Business Bureau assisted over 200 businesses by way of partial loan guarantees and grants, creating 535 jobs in the economy. In addition to providing finance, the Bureau provides training and development and other support services to their clients to boost and facilitate market opportunities. There were a number of business forums hosted in 2018 to foster better relationships in the business communities. These included the Guyana Trade and Investment Exhibition. Exhibitors like Havin Ramnaut at this event said the response to their product launch was overwhelming.
Oh man, it's awesome. I can't complain, For the response for the last 3 days, I cannot complain. We had a lot of questions to be answered, a lot. And so far, the show is great. Look forward to see, next year. I'll be here.
Guyana also saw many international businesses such as Radio Shack and the Ashley Home coming on board, even as business transactions got easier as hubs for key services were established in various regions so as to relieve persons from traveling to Georgetown. This has been InfoHub In-Depth. Join us next week when we highlight the developments in the social services sector. Goodbye.
Tell.
Disclosure is important. Encouraging a partner to test can be life-saving. Disclosing or encouraging a partner to test does not have to be your sole responsibility. Professionals can help.
So, you can call and tell them for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
I will tell. I just need some time.
I am HIV positive.
Don't let your doubts and fears get the best of you. Having the other person know their status is just as important as you knowing yours. Partner testing is not only for the other person, but also for you. Encourage your partners to test and disclose.